guys, interesting place to do a hair video, right? I had to run out and do a few errands, but I figured, you know, I haven't posted a video in like 3 weeks, which has been terrible. I've been sick. Had a family friend die, had to deal with that, and the funeral. It's just been, I've been so unbelievably busy, but I have not forgotten about you guys. So I wanted to do a video today on porosity, and that is the ability for your hair to be able to absorb moisture and really the ability for it to be able to hold it in. Now there's 3 different levels of porosity. You have low porosity, which is you have a cuticle layer on your hair that is tightly closed. If you want to think of it like scales or shingles on a house, your hair is covered in these. And when your hair has low porosity, or you have low porosity hair, those shingles or those scales are closed really tightly over the cortex of your hair, or over the center of your hair, which means it might be harder for low porosity people to get moisture into their hair. So your hair might seem really dry, and even though you use products, you don't really see a result from it. And that's probably because if you're one of those people that feel like you put products on your hair and it just kind of sits on your hair and it doesn't absorb, most likely you have low porosity hair, and you probably need to stay away from the deep protein conditioners that of course include a lot of protein, because those protein are just sitting on top of your hair, and it might be harder for your hair because your cuticle layer is already laid down and it's already tightly closed, and therefore you're actually going to end up with a feeling of protein overload, and you'll have that dry, brittle hair. So treatments for you such as conditioning with protein-free conditioners underneath warm water, or steamers to help lift that cuticle layer open so that you can get that moisture into your hair. So, you know, putting your conditioner on and maybe sitting for 30 minutes to an hour with a plastic cap on top of it underneath a hair dryer will probably be beneficial for your hair type. Now, you have medium porosity. And this is more so than normal porosity, and I won't really spend a whole lot of time on this one because you guys actually have it pretty easy. Your hair type is, you can normally tell somebody that has medium porosity hair, your hair is really shiny, it feels healthy, you don't have to moisturize it often because it holds the moisture well and it doesn't escape the hair cuticle. So your hair just feels really good all the time, and it's pretty much low maintenance. So the biggest thing for you, stay away from the flat irons, chemical damage, and that sort of thing, just to keep your hair healthy. So really it's pretty low maintenance for you. Just keep doing what you're doing because obviously it's working. And some of this is most definitely genetic. Some people are just born with, you know, good hair. Okay, so the last one, and probably for me, I would say the most complicated, because I kind of find myself a little bit in this range too, and that's high porosity. Now, high porosity, your scales on, or the shingles on your hair are always open for the most part. They're always open. That way, it's really easy for you. You don't have to spend a lot of time underneath the hair dryer for like deep conditioning treatments. You can put your conditioner on and your hair absorbs it like that because the cuticle is already open on your hair. So you don't need to, you know, you don't need to spend a lot of time doing that kind of stuff. Also, it's easier. You'll find when you put product in your hair, it absorbs really well. The only thing is, a few minutes later, your hair feels really dry again, and that's because the moisture is escaping just as fast as it's getting into your hair. So the biggest thing for high porosity people is you really need to make sure that you are filling those gaps in your hair with protein. Now, I know I'm kind of on a different level because I feel like I'm protein sensitive because my hair responds negatively to a lot of protein products. But if you don't have a protein sensitivity problem, you need to make sure that you're using protein balanced products in your hair. You need to make sure that you have enough protein to fill in those gaps that's caused by those open layers on your hair. And another big thing with the high porosity, you also want to make sure that you spend adequate enough time sealing your hair. That's going to be like your saving glory right there, by, you know, sealing in that moisture from your hair. Now, you're probably going to be one of the ones that you find that you might have to moisturize your hair a little more frequently, using heavy butters such as shea butter to close or to seal in that moisture in your hair. You're going to find that really beneficial. I use olive oil still because it penetrates that hair shaft, and it just, to me, it seems like it keeps it softer. Butters for me are really heavy, only because of the fact that my hair is light and fluffy and it looks more like cotton, so it kind of like, it weighs it down and it's just too much for me. But you might find that the butter's still in your hair better. So keep that in mind when you consider buying products for, you know, your hair type. It's really important for you to know your porosity, because that can determine, you know, what kind of products you go out and buy. If you need to get a protein conditioner, or if you need to stay away from the protein conditioners, because it might not be as beneficial for your hair. Even though you have labels that state that, you know, this is wonderful for your hair, not all of our hair is the same, and we are going to need to focus on different products. So please keep that in mind. Hey guys, so I totally forgot to put an ending to this video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them below and I will get back to you guys. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Talk to you guys later.